What's up, everybody? Fan Guy here with your Week 5 Draftkings and Fanduel comparison for the week. What we're going to do on this video is show you some players that are being either undervalued or overvalued depending on which daily fantasy site you play on. And what that's going to let us do is figure out where we get the most value to play certain players this week. I'm going to give you some real examples and kind of just give you the theory behind it. And that way you can make some educated decisions about if you want to play a particular player, which site you should play him on, because you're going to get way more value with certain players on certain sites. So the first thing we're going to look at is, well, the first thing I'm going to do is just give you a brief explanation as to why this works the way it does, and that's because on DraftKings you get $50,000 to make your team. On FanDuel you get $60,000. Same number of positions. So what that means is your players on FanDuel, if the market was completely even, should be 700-ish higher, 6 to 700-ish higher. And any way the scale goes way more than that, obviously there's a lot of variance. So we're going to take a look at just a couple people at each position and let you know that if you wanted to play them this week, which site you should play them on. So I'm not playing Tom Brady this week, but let's take a look at his prices. DraftKings, you can play him for $6,000. On FanDuel, it's $7,800. What this tells us is that if you wanted to play Tom Brady this week, do it on DraftKings. You're going to get way better value for him, and you're going to be able to play a lot more playmaking type people alongside him because you'll have more money to work with. Now, the one caveat to this I'm going to mention right now is that because it's so much of a better value on DraftKings to play Brady, if Brady has a big day, it's going to be a lot easier to win on FanDuel picking him because so many people are not going to pick him because the value is so much better on DraftKings to play him. So, again, check out that discrepancy. Pretty crazy. If you wanted to play Brady, do it on DraftKings. All four of my quarterback examples are actually DraftKings plays. Goff, I'm not playing him this week, but if you wanted to play him this week, do it on DraftKings. 6,100 as compared to 8,000 on FanDuel. That's a big discrepancy. FanDuel is way higher on Goff this week than DraftKings. That means if you wanted to play Goff this week, play him on DraftKings, but probably don't play Goff this week. That's just I'll get more into that advice tomorrow on my fantasy analysis video for the week, but just trying to show you this. So Trevor Lawrence, 5,600 on DraftKings, 7,600 on FanDuel. Another 2,000 discrepancy. This means if you wanted to play Trevor Lawrence, play him on DraftKings. Again, another example because I'm not playing him, but if I was, it would be on DraftKings. And finally, another guy that I'm not playing. Well, I'm actually playing him on one or two lineups just as like a super sneaky flyer to try to win a big contest. And that's Andy Dalton. 5,200 on DraftKings, 6,500 on FanDuel. This means if you want to play Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle himself, play him on DraftKings, not FanDuel. Now, I don't have graphics for this, but what this means for us is that the top end guys, the Jalen Hurts, the Josh Allens, the Kyler Murrays, the Justin Herberts, these are the more the plays you're going to want to do on FanDuel because you're going to get better value for them. They're priced very closely on both sites, and that means the better value is going to be on FanDuel. We'll see that right now going into some running backs. So our first running back we're going to look at is Najee Harris. As you can see, Najee is the same price on DraftKings and FanDuel, basically. 6,500 on DraftKings, 6,600 on FanDuel. What this means is if you want to play Najee this week, play him on FanDuel. You're going to get much better value on FanDuel for Najee Harris this week. Rashad Penny, huge discrepancy here for a running back. 5,300 on DraftKings, 6,900 on FanDuel. If you want to play Rashad Penny, way better. Insane value, just like last week on DraftKings. FanDuel's kind of caught up. They're giving him some credit right now. Again, not my favorite matchup of the week, so I won't be playing him. But if you want to play him, you can still get some great value on DraftKings on Rashad Penny. Mr. Stevenson for the New England Patriots. So I'm going to do both Patriots running backs back to back to kind of show you what's going on here. So Stevenson, 5,500 DraftKings, 6,000 on FanDuel. If I was going to play him on one of the sites, as weird as it sounds, it would probably be DraftKings because, nope, it would be FanDuel. So Ramondre Stevenson, definitely FanDuel. They're close. I actually like Stevenson a lot this week. I'll get into that tomorrow. But the scale says, they're slightly better value on the FanDuel. But the real reason is because Damian Harris, one of these guys should have a field day this week. It's possible they each completely split things and each do an okay day. But one of these Patriots running backs has the potential for a huge day this week. Damian Harris, as you can see, 7,200 on FanDuel, 5,600 on DraftKings. If you're going to play Damian Harris, 100% want to do it on DraftKings. But if you want to play Mr. Stevenson, way better to do it on FanDuel. So pick your Patriots running back, and that'll determine which, if you're going between both sites, you can play all your Damian Harris lineups on DraftKings. You can play all your Ramondre Stevenson lineups on FanDuel. Next, we have, my favorite for the week, Dalvin Cook. Check this out. Same price on both sites. What this means is it's definitely a better value on FanDuel. If you want to play Dalvin Cook, way better value on FanDuel than on DraftKings. Mr. Pierce for the Houston Texans, 7,500 FanDuel, 6,200 DraftKings. This is definitely a DraftKings preferred play. Way cheaper on DraftKings, way more value for Pierce on DraftKings. Another wild one is going to be James Robinson. Check this out. 6,300 on DraftKings, 8,000 on FanDuel. What this means is if you want to play James Robinson, you're going to get way better value doing it on DraftKings. Jamal Williams, another huge discrepancy. 8,300 on FanDuel, 6,500 on DraftKings. This is another case just like the last one. If you want to play Jamal Williams this week, do it on DraftKings. You're going to get way better value for him on DraftKings than you will on FanDuel. FanDuel 8,300. That's a lot. So those are our running backs. You can see how they kind of go both ways. Sometimes one site undervalues someone. Sometimes the other site undervalues, and we just kind of got to go with our best gut. So the receivers, definitely I noticed the top end receivers skew a certain way. So Justin Jefferson, 8,900 on DraftKings, 8,800 on FanDuel. If you want to play Justin Jefferson this week, you're going to get way better value on FanDuel. Stephon Diggs, same exact thing. 8,400 on DraftKings, 8,600 on FanDuel. If you want to play Stephon Diggs, way better value on FanDuel. Gabe Davis, 6,400 on DraftKings, 6,000 on FanDuel. FanDuel's supposed to be higher. What this tells me, if you want to play Gabe Davis, what insanely better value on FanDuel. It's like insane how much better value is on FanDuel if you want to play Gabe Davis this week. And I think he could have a big week this week. Curtis Samuel, same on both. If you want to play Curtis Samuel, you're going to get way better value on FanDuel than DraftKings. But he's got some injury stuff popped up today, so be careful. Chris Olave, 5,700 DraftKings, 6,900 FanDuel. This means if you want to play Mr. Olave, you're going to get way better value on DraftKings. Mike Williams, 7,100 DraftKings, 7,400 FanDuel. What this means, play him on FanDuel. CeeDee Lamb, again, all the top end receivers, way better value on FanDuel. 7,200 as opposed to 7,000 on DraftKings. CeeDee Lamb, more valuable play on FanDuel. Drake London, 5,900 DraftKings, 6,200 FanDuel. This is another receiver, way better value on FanDuel. Going into some tight ends now. TJ Hawkinson, 4,900 DraftKings, 7,000 FanDuel. What this means is you're going to get insanely better value with Hawkinson on DraftKings. Freiermuth, 4,100 DraftKings, 5,800 on FanDuel. What this means, better value with Freiermuth on the DraftKings. David Njoku, 3,800 DraftKings, 5,700 Fanduel. This again, slam dunk Njoku on DraftKings. And finally, Conklin, 3,700 DraftKings, 5,300 Fanduel. This is just another spot where Conklin, way better value on DraftKings. So, as you can see by those examples I gave you for this week, when you're deciding which site to play daily fantasy on, you really want to check out the prices of players, because before making too many lineups or whatever, because the price difference on certain players, as we've seen in this video, is crazy. Like, you got guys that are priced the same on both, but one you have a way higher salary cap, and so follow those trends, because what that's going to let you do is when you play on DraftKings, you're going to be able to optimize your lineups, play some of these value guys that are better value over there. That way you could combine them with better players, and vice versa on FanDuel. Wherever the value's at, that's where you got to chase. This is a game of inches, ladies and gentlemen, a game of inches. Like Al Pacino said, in any given Sunday, we need every little edge we can get. Keep an eye on your weather reports. Keep an eye on your salary cap discrepancies. Keep an eye on your injury reports. And I will come with you tomorrow, and I will bring to you my daily fantasy analysis for the week. Let you know my favorite plays for the week on DraftKings. We'll probably include a little bit of FanDuel commentary as well, but we'll take a more in-depth look at things tomorrow. But for today, I just wanted to let you know, as you get warmed up, as you're starting to figure out what lineups you want to play this week, do your homework, look at both sites. I did it for you here, and we can kind of figure out which plays are going to be a lot more valuable on the particular site that you want to play on. So good luck this week. Go crush it. We actually crushed the 400K on DraftKings this past week. We split it with a bunch of other people, but we did get a nice little bank this past week. So go us. And so let's just keep this momentum going, and good luck this week, guys. Y'all have a good time and tear it up.